chaos unfurl. The energy's electric, the passion's on fire. Kicking out podcasts, take it higher and higher.
What's going on, KOP Nation? It is Sunday night. It is I about said July. January 26th, 2025. Definitely not July out with the temperatures we've been having in the Midwest, especially earlier this week. Wish it was July, but hey, we'll get there. Anyways, I'm Tanner Lee. Back this week is our KOP predictions champion, the Shep, Austin Shepherd. And it's just a two-man crew yet again. Paul under the weather with something, so we still have not had a full crew yet in 2025.
Paul's got the squirts.
he might. He has something. So
if he does, I apologize.
Honestly, I don't want to know. So, yeah. But Shep, glad you're back this week. Missed you last week.
Yeah, I had the family had the stuff last week and just wasn't good.
Yeah,
everybody's healthy now, though, so we're all good.
That's good. Got a lot of comments here. We got Majin in the house. We got Steffi in the house. She was at the NFC Championship game today. Congratulations, Steffi, to your Eagles.
Yeah. Congrats.
She said on Twitter she didn't think she'd be here tonight, but she says here in the comments that her friends insisted that she get a hotel. So,
well, maybe she had enough fun. Maybe she was on the Shepherd level of fun.
And that's quite a lot.
They were like, you know what? You don't need to drive back to wherever. You need to get your ass a room. So let's have some fun. Go get your ass a room. Have a drink in the hotel bar, which I love hotel bars. They're the best. And then get your ass up to the room and congratulations and relax.
Yeah, they not only won, they dominated that second half, putting up 55 points.
How good is Barkley? How good? I mean, I know he went to the best college in America. Okay, let's just get that out of the way. But how bad was he for so many years with the Giants? I'm not saying he was bad. I'm just saying
he couldn't stay healthy. They didn't have anything around him. I mean, how stupid does the Giants look right now?
Yeah, he was just hidden in the Giants program. He goes to the Eagles, and I mean, literally, he looks like he should be. He's all world, man. Best running back in the NFL right now.
Yep. I got laughed at when I took him in my fantasy draft. I don't remember what round, and he was arguably the best fantasy pick I've ever had. So,
well, that's because you're probably wearing a Purdue shirt, and they're like, you're gonna draft a Penn State guy. Come on.
I'll let you talk Penn State, but you can't talk about your college basketball team right now. That's for damn sure.
They're a little rough. They play good at home. They beat Purdue at home.
Haven't played Purdue this year, so swept them last year.
I thought we beat Purdue at home already.
They play at Purdue coming up Friday.
All right.
So
I'll take the
spread. You said they played good at home. They lost today to Maryland. So
they didn't play to Maryland today.
Maryland beat them by 1 today. It was at noon on CBS. It was a 5.
I'm a Penn State fan, not an IU fan.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. Let's go.
Okay. And all right. In that case, you did beat Purdue at home.
Yes. I was like, I'm like, damn, Tanner. Yeah.
Jesus okay.
Mike Woodson should be fired tomorrow morning, by the way. I watched the last 5 minutes of that ball game.
Yeah. He's atrocious. But the thing, wow, we are on a rabbit hole tonight. I'm sorry, everybody. But the thing about Indiana is they haven't had a good coach for for a long time. And Crean had some good years, but
Crean was okay.
But besides that, you got to go back to Bob Knight. Sampson would have been good if he didn't do what he was doing.
He got a little greedy.
Yeah. What's going on, Steven? I want to make sure I got to your comment before.
I think they made a big mistake by passing on Brad Stevens.
I don't know if he would have went there.
I don't know if they made a big mistake by not going after Alford when he went to Nevada.
The first time.
So
this is his only time there. Never mind.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Steven says, congratulations, Eagles. Great season, Commanders. Yeah, I mean, Commanders being 1 win away from the Super Bowl after winning 4 games last year. It's pretty impressive.
Jaden Daniels is a stud.
He is a
bona fide stud. Stephanie, Steffi, I saw your comments earlier. How about the motherfucking chili bowl? Our boy Larson dominated, led all 40 laps, by the way. Just to let you know.
There you go.
I saw that in the comments. I had to give her a little shout out.
There you go. Yeah, I was getting to it, but
okay. Well, I beat
quite
you
a few
to it.
comments, which is good. We want comments. Steven says, "Oh, Bob Huggins. That's a name I haven't heard of."
Oh, Huggy Bear. Huggy Bear's a legend.
He is a legend.
I do love Huggy Bear.
Shep, what are we drinking tonight?
Oh, we got something a little different tonight.
All right.
Looks brown, right? So I don't know why I'm drinking this, but it just happened to be in my fridge. So we are having.
Majin, I don't think that's record time. This was 5.5 minutes. That's quick. I don't think it's record time though.
We're having a little lemonade, unsweet tea, and vodka. Not an Arnold Palmer. This is a John Daly. Let's take a little sip.
I could drink that. I would prefer to the sweet tea, but I could do unsweet as well.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I haven't had one of these. I don't know what it was. I had some Arnold Palmer mix in the fridge, which I don't normally have. One of my buddies left it. And I said, I'm gonna make a John Daly. And oh man, there's this is a headache in the morning because it's there's a little sugar in this.
Yeah.
But it tastes really good.
Though, man. They hit.
So does John Daly.
That's true. He's drinking a peach spike Snapple.
Mm.
That sounds pretty good.
Peach Snapple back in the day was my go-to.
The raspberry's pretty good too. I like the raspberry one. Steven said not a tea fan here. And my wife isn't either. I'm a big sweet tea fan, but
Steffi's got White Claw in the hotel room.
Yeah, I believe she had 30-yard line tickets today, if I saw it correctly on Twitter. So she had good seats.
So hey, Steffi, is the White Claw from the hotel lobby? So are they $12 a piece, or did you get them at a local convenience store where they were $3 a piece?
Yeah. Majin, don't antagonize them. What are we doing here?
We talked about the chili bowl. I was pumped about the chili bowl.
Yeah,
I got a little excited.
All right. That's all right.
Guys, get off my ass.
She brought the White Claws.
Okay, so she got $3 White Claws instead of $12 White Claws. Good job.
Yeah.
Way to plan ahead.
Yep. So AEW, Shep, I thought, and I know we're early in 2025, but I thought this was the best week of AEW programming by far.
Man, what a venue! I think I text you and Paul that I started the show a little later than y'all, and what a venue! Like, I love Hammerstein, okay, for many different reasons, but that venue was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Crowd was good. Crowd was hot, and I thought that really, really helped the show. It was a great show. Don't be wrong; it was a good show, but I thought the venue and the crowd just put it over the top.
Oh yeah, crowd was hot Wednesday night. The start was awesome. We'll talk about that in a bit. Steven Chambers saying Collision better than Saturday Night Main Event. I watched both, and I think I'm gonna agree with you. Like, overall, for a show, I thought Daly's Place did a good job last night. I thought the show from start to finish was better. Now, Saturday Night's Main Event had the best segment, I thought, overall. In-ring segment, I should say. The mic work between Mariah and Toni Storm, that was good stuff. We'll get to that. But as far as a match, I really enjoyed Jacob Fatu and Braun Strowman. They made a star last night, Jacob Fatu, if he wasn't already. That dude looked like a monster.
I saw highlights of that.
Oh, my God.
I saw highlights of that match. I saw highlights of HBK, Cody, and Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
Thought that was a pretty good segment. I thought the highlight of the night was Timeless Toni Storm.
Did I not call that?
You did like 2 weeks ago when I'm thinking, I'm like, I mean, how good of a character is this? She's going back, like, she thinks she's a rookie. She's never been here before. And then she comes out last night and she says the hardest character to play is yourself. And just,
Yeah.
Best professional women's wrestler in the world right now.
Yep.
Bar none.
Steven saying Hounds of Hell. Yeah, we got a new name for Brody, Buddy, and Julia. Hounds of Hell instead of House of Black.
I like that. I like that.
I'm all for it. Give them a push. Absolutely, I'm gloating. Majin, when I get a prediction right, absolutely, I'm going to gloat. You bet your ass. Shirt awesome at the shop.
He's not talking about your shirt you're wearing right now.
No, I'm guessing he's talking about Hounds of Hell must have a shirt on Shop AEW. I have not been on there today. So also Steffi Shep, we made TikTok flavored vodka.
Oh, which one?
Tic Tac flavored.
Oh, Tic Tac flavored.
God, not TikTok. I can't read.
So tell me how you made it, Steffi, because I've been watching a lot where you pour like half a bottle of vodka out, you pour like 3 or 4 Kool-Aid packets, Gatorade packets, or whatever your flavor of choice is, packets, and then you top it off with water and shake it up and you just drink it out of the like. So tell me how you made Tic Tac flavored vodka. I would actually kind of be interested in that. Not gonna lie.
So going back to AEW again. We're kind of all over the place.
All right, we're in. I'm listening.
We're strapped in, ready to go. So I thought the start of Dynamite was one of the best starts they've had in a long, long time. I mean, you got Ospreay and Omega out there. You know, Ospreay's pretty much telling them, like, I want to go after Moxley. I want to go after the title, but every time I try to, Callis family gets in my way. You got problems with them as well. Like, he's offering to team up, and Kenny's like, I can't team up with you. You tried to kill me. You tried to stab me with a screwdriver.
It's true.
And then Callis comes out with Callis family, and we get a big old brawl that lasts like forever. But it was wildly entertaining. Kenny and Ospreay take 4 members on by themselves, go out to the concourse in the lobby where the merch goes. They suplex Archer through a table. Trash cans are involved. And then they both get up on scaffolding, do awesome moonsaults. And then they climb up even higher. Kenny challenges Fletcher and Takeshita to a tag match on February 15th at Grand Slam in Australia. And then what I loved was he cut his Goodnight Bane promo and said, now hit my music because I'm scared of heights. I thought it was fantastic. I'm like, maybe this is what AEW's been missing, was just a Kenny Omega factor to go in with Ospreay. I don't know. It just felt like old Dynamite. That opening segment.
It was good. Love that Ospreay just had to do it in his street clothes because United lost his bags.
Yep.
You know, shout out to United. Don't you mess with Ospreay's bags.
No.
But yeah, what a great opening segment. I felt like it was passionate by Omega. And then it turned. I love the little delay when Omega's getting beat down. There was a little bit of delay where Ospreay's like, all right, I'm going to go help,
Yep.
you know.
Yep.
Kind of, you know, there's just that little bit of hesitation where it got us to be like, is he going to?
Yeah, and even Shivani was giving him a look like, what are you doing? Why aren't you going to help Kenny?
You going to help him? You going to, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, and then it was a good squall around the arena. And like I said, they ended up on that. What do you call it?
I call it scaffolding, but I don't know.
Scaffolding, cable, truss, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. It was a really good way to kick off the show. And again, the crowd was hot, so that helped it as well.
Sure. I was listening to Busted Open this week, and Dave LaGreca and Nick Nemeth brought up some interesting points. I didn't necessarily agree with them, but I wanted to bring it up to you to see what you thought, and to everybody.
Hold on. Before you get into this, Nick Nemeth's been on there for 5 months now, 6 months.
Oh, I think it's been about a year.
Has it been that long? Okay.
I think it has been.
I really feel that he's got a little bit of an issue with AEW. I don't know behind the scenes if they passed on him. That's why he went to Impact. I just feel that he is very, very critical on AEW.
Well, it could be because of what went down with his brother.
His brother was a douche.
He was.
Sorry.
I'm not disagreeing, but
yeah, his brother was not good. His brother was with Peter Avalon.
Oh, I'm not disagreeing at all.
Sorry. Actually, that was a dig on Peter Avalon. Peter Avalon better than fucking Ryan Nemeth or whatever his name was. Is it Ryan? Ryan Nemeth, right?
Yeah, Ryan Nemeth. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So
sorry, go ahead.
So what LaGreca was saying was he thought he liked the segment overall, like, and Nemeth was contradicting LaGreca because Nemeth said, "Hey, the crowd was hot. That's all that matters, pretty much." But LaGreca was saying it was too much for him, whereas like this whole segment was like would have taken WWE like a month to 2 months, like building. He said they pretty much built a whole story in 15 minutes.
Here's the thing. You can't compare the two right now because they have two completely different beliefs in storytelling.
Yep.
Tony Khan is on cocaine and speed, baby. Just full throttle down. We're doing it this week only, right? WWE, that's the WWE is the grandson that lives in grandma's basement wearing a whitey tighty and eating Cheetos and rubbing them on his freaking fucking tighty whiteys. Okay? They're going to take it a little slower. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yes, they're both wrestling companies, but they have two completely different mindsets.
Yeah.
And you got to know that. You got to understand that. You know, us as fans, we got to know that. When I watch WWE, I know I'm in there for the long haul. You sit down and watch AEW, it's full throttle. Let's go, wide open. Here we go. You know, throttle down, all 500 horsepower. Here we go. You know, It's different. And that's okay. That's completely okay.
Yeah.
So,
like I get what he was saying, but like for me, like I said, it had my energy up. Like it was a fun segment. You had two of your biggest stars involved. You had a heel faction involved. You're building to a big event next month on the 15th. I thought it was all good.
Yeah.
But
I'm in.
An interesting thing though is it is interesting. I'm interested to see what kind of reaction these two will get in Australia on the 15th because Kyle Fletcher's is the hometown boy there. So that'll be interesting.
So one of the few things on Busted Open I do agree with is the way they talk about AEW's heels and faces. And that AEW doesn't do a really good job with heels. And I almost kind of agree upon that. So, yeah, you're going into this and you got two arguably your biggest faces going into and Fletcher's going to come down and Fletcher's probably going to get cheers.
Yeah, I would say so.
Like they're going to give him a good little pop. So, you know, you got to be careful on that as well.
Yep, no doubt. And I know I'm kind of jumping all around here, but I know since we're talking about Don Callis' family, there was a segment last night that showed Brian Cage, Archer, Takesha, Fletcher, and Don, assuming at Don's house, I don't know, somewhere, like at a long dinner table. Don teased a fifth member come to the Callis family.
You know, there's nobody right now in AEW that I think that would fit.
There's one guy that comes to my mind. And it's a guy because he was starting to be with the Callis family until he got injured. And maybe it's time for him to return. Trent.
Oh.
He's the only guy I can think of currently on the roster that would make sense.
God, that's been 6 months, hasn't it?
It's been a while. Yeah, because you remember that, though, right? When he was feuding with Orange and kind of helping the Callis family.
Yeah, and he showed up in a suit. And
yep. And then he hurt himself.
Of course, he had to make something, you know, of his own because obviously his tag team partner is done. Never going to wrestle again, right?
Right. Yep, Chuck Taylor's done. Earlier, Steffi said, reminds me of ECW. Steven said, half WCW, half ECW. Modern said he disagrees on that they do a good job on heels, but on big heels, they don't. Monster heels, in that they don't.
Moxley is not a monster heel. So I agree with him on that.
Yeah, and Majin bringing up what I just brought up. Steven saying Mark Davis. I would rather see him on the face side.
Let me ask you a question. You're talking Kenny Omega, Ospreay, Fletcher, and Takeshita. Fletcher and Takeshita are arguably the future of AEW. Correct?
Rising stars, correct. Yep.
Okay. So you're talking those two, and then you're talking two legends. Is Trent going to be able to come back and make an impact? Is anybody going to give a shit?
That's the $100 question. Yeah.
I mean, nothing against him.
I agree.
I'm just saying, is anybody going to give a shit if he comes back?
I agree. Well, even like Cage and Archer, they need to start pushing them in the tag division. If we're going to really care about them.
Oh, you know me. I love me some Brian Cage.
I know you do. Almost as much as TK does.
Actually, you know what? I like Archer. I watched a lot of New Japan stuff with Archer, and I'm like, man, he's a love over there.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Majin, speaking of done, did anyone catch the aftermath of the Hangman Daniels feud? Hangman's eyes softened when Daniels said he was done to retire. Oh yeah. Hangman. I think that's why fans still love him. They know deep down he's a good guy, but he's been pushed to the edge by everything he's been through. But like deep down, he still's got those feelings. So when he turns into a babyface again, it's going to be huge. And it's slowly, they're starting to plant the seeds. Slowly. Yeah. Good stuff. Steven wants to see a swerve with Kota Ibushi joining Cal's family.
Not a bad one.
Majin, the acting Hangman has done to make this connect, just the facials alone, get that man into Hollywood stat. Hangman's pretty good. I was just talking about Cage and Archer in the tag team division. We got new tag team champs. Shelton Benjamin and Bobby Lashley, the Hurt Syndicate, going over Private Party. I like it, yet I was still kind of surprised they actually pulled the trigger on it.
I like it. But how bad does that make Private Party look?
It was a waste. It was. And I was bitching about this last week, Shep, where I was like, why did they even put the titles on these guys if they're never going to be on TV to defend them? It was just a waste. It was a complete waste.
Their only segment was them partying between the entrance ramps.
Yep. Pretty much. I think they've been it 3 times in like 3 months.
Yeah.
Just like, what are we doing? But the Hurt Syndicate, I mean, even if that wasn't a plan months ago, they're a powerful team. That was my prediction for the end of 2025 would be them as tag champs. So I think I didn't see this coming so quickly.
So let me ask you another question. Are we wasting Bobby Lashley by putting tag gold on him?
I don't think you are. I think you're almost doing the opposite. You're elevating your tag division by having him have tag gold. Because like, remember back in 2020 when Hangman and Kenny became tag champs and nobody even thought differently of it. I think that's what they need to do. Like, so where if you got big stars who, there's only a couple guys who can be in the title picture at all times. If you got a guy like Bobby that could be in the title picture, but there's no room for him right now, dropping him down into a tag gold and building up that tag division, I think it's a smart move. And Shelton. I mean, the dude just doesn't age and he can go with anybody.
Yeah, I mean, I think Shelton's great for the tag gold, but I just feel like you're building Lashley to be this monster.
Yep.
And the first belt you put on him is tag gold, which is not obviously an individual title. Which I mean, I would think he deserves individual gold if he continues down his path. But
what gold would you put on him individually if it's not the world title?
Yeah, he didn't fit in any of the other subtitles, I would call him. So I really thought, when he came in, him and Swerve had their thing. I really thought he would go right into the world title picture.
Well, I think the plan was for him and Swerve to feud a lot longer than just one match. Something happened backstage, I think, with that. Not quite sure, but
yeah.
It was weird. I mean, I do like this because I think they have to build this tag division back up. Of course, the Lucha Bros aren't around anymore. A lot of tag teams you built this division aren't around anymore. But you got some compelling tag teams, and whoever ends up taking the belts off the Hurt Syndicate is going to have to be. I mean, they're going to take down two powerhouses in Shelton and Bobby. I'm hoping it's the Outrunners. I'm hoping they build them up to where they can take it off of them, and because they're still getting the big pops. So
they are, but I mean, you look at the tag division. I mean, you got the Bucks as the IWGP champions right now,
right?
But they're heels.
Yeah,
you can't have
haven't
them go,
been on TV in months.
And you can't have them go against the Hurt Syndicate because they're heels.
Nope.
So it's and you got the Outrunners, you got FTR, and they're kind of doing their own.
They're doing their own kind of trios thing with Cope right now.
With Cope, and it's just I don't know.
It seems like they're all of a sudden trying to build up the tag division, and yet the trios division a little bit too, because we're seeing Undisputed Kingdom. It looks like that might be the team that's going to eventually be the trios champs. They got the winner last night over Garcia in 2.0, and that they're not shy about one shot at Death Riders, which get those trios titles off those three. It's been 11 weeks since they've defended them. It's ridiculous.
They don't even
carry them.
They don't even carry them.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. Get those titles off those guys. It's do nobody any good. Yeah. Yeah, do nobody any good. So, reading some comments here. Majin, maybe Lashley had a case of WWE-itis where the majority who came from WWE didn't want to do jobs. I do like that, Steven. Don't count out Brody and Buddy. That's true. That's true, especially now that they're going to be a tag team. Yep.
You know what? And I hope they get a little bit of a push because I think they're very underrated.
Oh, yeah. And Julia, too. I mean, she's got to get a third match with Jamie Hayter now that Jamie went over her on Wednesday night. And they're one match apiece. So we'll get a third between them. Like Maja said, FTR's in the Death Riders story, sadly. He goes, and I ain't even an FTR fan, but even I wouldn't want them in that hell. Majin wants them to pivot so bad on this Death Riders. That's all he kept saying a week or two ago. Pivot. Don't think they're going to do any pivoting, especially with the main event that we saw. We saw Death Riders beat Cope and Jay White down after the main event, which Cope beat Pac in a fun match. But I think the direction is pretty clear. I think we're going to get Moxley versus Jay White in Australia on the 15th, and then Cope versus Moxley on March 9th at Revolution. I think that's where they're going with that. After that, I'm not sure. I still think Darby's the guy. I don't agree with it. I still think he's the guy.
How big's that arena they're going in Australia? Is that the one the UFC ran?
Let me look it up because they had to switch venues because they were trying to do a stadium and it wasn't selling very well.
Right. I knew UFC did a stadium. That's where Holly Holm knocked out Ronda.
Suncorp Stadium. Let's see how much this holds. And then I'll look how ticket sales are doing. What's the capacity? No, that can't be right. That's got to be where it originally was going to be. That's where it was originally going to be a place that held 52,500. That's not right. That can't be. Right.
Yeah, that had to be the stadium because UFC ran one there.
Let's see. Okay, here it's Brisbane Entertainment Center. Okay, let's type in this.
Stephen Chambers is not even 10,000 seats.
Oh boy. Yeah, this place holds 13,500.
13,500.
Yeah. Let's see if I can find how many seats they've sold so far.
If they hold 13,500 with a setup, they'll be lucky to sell 10 then.
Yeah. But I think that's about what they were selling literally out of the 52,500 was about 10.
Wow.
Yeah. Could be wrong. They all in as of 12 hours ago has sold 11,073 tickets. Current setup's 18,140. They keep bumping that up, of course.
That's at
Globe Life where the Rangers play.
Yeah.
I think they would like to get 30 or 40 in there, but we'll see.
It'd be hard to hide that place if you only had 20,000 people in that big of a stadium.
Yeah.
It'd be hard to hide the pivot. Or hide the pivot. I'm reading the damn comments. Damn it.
Revolution right now, March 9th, it's set up for 7,268. It has sold 6,215. That is at crypto.com arena, also known as Staples Center.
Yeah.
Because they're pissed at WWE. That WWE ran the Netflix show at the Intuit Dome. They got all pissed off.
Dude, that Intuit Dome is
crazy.
Ridiculously cool.
Crazy. Come on, Wrestle Ticks. Give me an oh my God. As of 2 days ago or 4 days ago, the Royal Rumble's up to over 60,000.
They started at 55 was the original open seats, right?
Open. Yeah, the setup's at 62, 335, and they've distributed 60,005 or 451. So,
well, we'll get into a little
Rumble
later on tonight.
God dang it, I cannot find ticket update for this. Might not be a good thing. Let me try one more search, and then we'll call it. Helps if I can spell. Nah, not finding anything. Okay. All right. But Shep, since you missed the pod last week, how are you enjoying this Jeff Jarrett MJF stuff? Fan, not a fan, kind of in the middle?
At the start, I was a fan. After last Wednesday, I don't know what to think about it.
Yeah.
I'm really a loss for words. Like all the questions you had to ask me that one, right, Tanner?
I'm just pulling questions out of my hat tonight.
No, which is fine. It just at first I was kind of all in, no pun intended, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then this last week, they had their thing, and then all of a sudden they pivoted away from it.
I know.
And I'm like, I want to see it. I want to see Jeff Jarrett beat his ass, but then they pivot away from it, and I'm like, okay,
yeah, no, it's very confusing. And like Sean Ross Sapp Fightful was saying, like plans keep changing around this story.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden we're gonna get Jeff Jarrett and Claudio.
Yeah, and if Jarrett wins, he gets a title shot. So, I just said that Jay White, because I think it makes sense for Jay White to go against Moxley in his home country of Australia. Or he might be from New Zealand, whatever. Close enough.
New Zealand.
Close enough. Freaking close.
It's a fucking island north of it. But
close enough.
Right. Hey, they still race.
Same accent.
They still race sprint cars there.
There we go. Same accent.
All good. Same accent.
I'm sounding terrible, mate.
Sorry to all of our Australian listeners.
Sorry, mates. Sorry.
You're Kiwis. You're fucking Kiwis. Never mind. Sorry.
I hope you're enjoying some Fosters. Anyways,
fake beer.
I think we've talked about that before on here.
We have. I have a friend I have a good friend in Australia. Actually, hey, I'm going to change the subject. Fuck it. I don't care. My friend that is my good Australian friend, as of last night, we woke up this morning about 8:00. He won the biggest sprint car race in Australia called the Classic. This is his second time winning. His name is James McFadden. If you look it up, he is known for what they call a shoey. So when he wins a sprint car race, he literally takes his racing shoe off, dumps a beer in it, and chugs it on top of his sprint car with the wing, right? Well, last night when he was doing it, he slipped because he didn't have a shoe on. He literally is chugging a beer out of his shoe, sliding down the front wing of his sprint car, and falls off the front of it. It's great. Look it up. You'll be entertained. But anyways, congratulations, James McFadden. You're a fucking legend. Anyways, and he's a true Australian, not a Kiwi. Go ahead.
And going back to what we were talking about, but that's a good story. I like that. I'm going to go check that out. This is what I'm afraid of. Steven said Jarrett going to wrestle Mox in Australia. That's what I'm kind of afraid of. He's going to beat Claudio, then he's got to get that. The only way I can get on board with that is if MGF comes out in costume.
Okay. But come on. You're going to Australia, and that's your. I mean, nothing against Jeff Jarrett.
I love Jeff Jarrett, but
that's not a high-powered main event. That's not a high-powered main event.
I know. I agree. That's what I'm saying.
Now, if you build Jeff Jarrett up for the next 6 months, and he runs the ladder, right? He runs the ladder. He has these great promos. We know he can talk.
Yep.
He can still wrestle. But you run the ladder and you just build and build and build and building. Okay, I get it. But you haven't done shit with him right now.
No, right.
You basically announced his retirement tour, and that's it.
Yep. And I thought the best thing of the MJF segment was when he's leaving, the stare down with he and Hangman. That's a match I can get behind. That's a match we haven't seen.
Sure.
That'd be fun down the road. Feels like an all-in match or something.
How bloody was Hangman and Daniels, by the way?
Oh my God! What a champ for Christopher Daniels to go out that way.
That's what he wanted. What he wanted.
Yeah,
legend. Cheers to that.
He is a legend. One of the best to never step foot big time in WWE. I know he did a little work in WWE, mostly an extra, but yeah,
he had a run in TNA.
Big time.
He had a run in ROH.
Big time, yeah.
World title holder in ROH.
Yep.
I think
X Division champ at TNA.
TNA, he was X Division champ. I think he was tag team champs too.
I think he was, yeah.
With Styles, him and Styles, weren't they?
Yep. He never won the heavyweight there, but
no.
Majin, here's an idea. Keep the Jarrett stuff going. It hasn't been bad, but pivot for the love of God. Pivot from the Death Rider shit.
I'm glad he knows how to spell the word pivot. It's his favorite word.
Majin, you have a problem with Double J going for the world title, yet you were fine with old as dirt, retired ass HBK kicking Kevin Steen. What do you call it, Kevin Owens? Come on. It was a one-off. HBK bring back some sweet chin music.
Dude, Majin will agree with me on this. When what's his name? Fucking HBK took his suit coat off. Did you see how much sweat he sweated through that damn silk shirt of his? Like, fuck.
I hate it on Twitter. There was Twitter accounts calling it super kick last night. Says sweet chin music. I'm like, tell me you were born in the 2000s without telling me you were born in 2000s. Calling it super kick. Yeah. No, Majin, I know we've had MJF and Hangman though a few times already, but not in these form of their characters, I should say. But also going back to Kevin Owens real quick. I love the shirts he's been wearing lately.
Oh, those are great.
Yeah,
those are great.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens is a great storyteller.
He is. I agree, Steffi. It's sweet chin music all day long. Yeah. They were calling it super kick on multiple Twitter accounts I was seeing last time. I'm like, come on. What are we doing? But the biggest takeaway from Collision was definitely the return of Timeless Toni Storm. We had a face-off between Toni Storm, Mariah May. Mariah May attacks Toni Storm. And as she's going up the ramp, Toni Storm returns into Timeless Toni Storm. And it was glorious.
The hardest character to ever play is yourself.
She was playing herself the whole time.
What a great flipping line, man.
But here's where I am. I mean, it's going to be a fun match on February 15th, Grand Slam. It'd be awesome if it main events. Doubt it will, but it'd be cool if it did.
It should actually. It depend on who you have with Moxley.
Yeah.
But the way it's looking with Moxley, okay, let's be honest, this should be your main event.
But, and this could be a hot take, I don't want Tony go over yet. Not yet. I know we get the hometown pop, but not yet.
No. It's time. It's time.
Let it marinate a little longer.
It's time.
All right.
Not giving my predictions ahead of time.
Hey, you're the champ. We can predict that show or not because it's not technically pay-per-view.
That's true. That's true.
So if you want to hold off to March 9th, I won't give you crap like Paul will.
Well, Paul's got to show up for one. I miss one podcast in the last 8 months.
Yeah, you are the workhorse. You are the workhorse.
I'm better looking than the workhorseman, though.
Oh, God, we hope so. Lord.
No, I think that should be your main event in Australia. It really should. As good as she is right now, like, and WWE's done a lot of good things with their women division right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if they have a better storyteller in professional wrestling right now than Toni Storm.
Oh, she's so creative. So creative.
So good. It just hooks you. Like literally freaking hooks you in. And like, I just want her to keep talking. I don't want her to stop. I want her to keep talking. Because I don't want the segment to stop. That's how good she is.
Yep. Stephen Chambers saying Toni Storm's going to be in the movie Queen of the Ring with Naomi, Camille, and Jim Cornette. I did see that.
Yeah. God, what's the lady they're doing?
I know.
Yep. I looked it up. I watched the trailer. The trailer is great. Talks about women's wrestling in probably like the 40s.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna check it out.
Yeah, no, it looks really good. And Majin, you're right. Mariah's run has been ass. I think it's been shit, but that's just me.
Yeah, who is it about? I'm looking it up now.
No, you're gonna say the name. I'm like, oh yeah. Like Maud, somebody?
It's about professional wrestler Mildred Burke.
Mildred Maud, that's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, chronicles the life of revolutionary female wrestler Mildred Burke.
Which I believe she dated a promoter or married a promoter, and he made her life a living hell. Or
Britt Baker's in it too, according to Wikipedia.
Yeah, she is. Yeah. I don't know if she's maybe she found a new boyfriend on set. I don't know.
I don't know. Not touching that one.
You're not touching that one?
Not touching that one.
Well,
we saw people get canceled into IWC this week for their takes on that. So I'm leaving that one alone. Baby.
I just let you guys know about 6 weeks ago I changed dentist. So.
Yeah, all right.
And I'm happy. I'm happy as a lark.
Cavity free.
I went in a cavity once, but that's okay. Mama Wayne was pissed, but I talked her off the ledge.
Steffi said warning earlier that she's a little drunk, and now she's saying something about, at least I didn't piss on the Wells Fargo Arena. Long story. All right.
Wait a minute.
That's where the Sixers play. I know that much.
So she walked past the Wells Fargo Arena and decided to piss on it?
She must have decided tonight not to piss on it. And
so she's pissed on it in the past.
I don't know. That's how I kind of took it. I don't know. She might want to clarify. And, yeah, you're right. And the Flyers play there. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
I know she's a big Flyers fan. I'm sorry.
Does she live in Philly?
Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Steffi, you got to be a Penn State fan with me, right?
Oh, God. Which
we just... By the way, we just hired the defensive coordinator from Ohio State.
No excuse for Franklin next year.
Yeah.
Modern said there's another wrestling movie that's coming out in select theaters up here. Jericho's in it. Yeah, it's a wrestling murder movie. It looks corny as hell, in my opinion.
Oh, that was the horror movie that I saw the trailer for.
Finally coming out. Yeah,
that looks like shit.
Yeah, it does.
About as cheap as a fucking OVW ring.
Yeah. All right, here we go. She says, okay, I was in Winnipeg once and I had to use the potty.
So you pissed on the arena?
And she said, and banned.
Good for you.
Wait. She said, no, she's pissed on the arena my Jets playing and got caught for it. That's what she said. She said, and banned.
Oh.
That's pretty legendary.
Yeah.
And she's a Tar Heels fan.
Oh, you and Bill Belichick. Stephanie, we were making so much ground.
Actually, I think if she can clarify me, she might not live in Pennsylvania. She might live in North Carolina.
Oh.
I'm sorry, but she's an Eagles and Flyers fan. I'm all over the place.
Go back to North Carolina. Chiefs just scored.
Oh yeah, they're going for 2 behind me.
Ah, Jesus! I turned around and fucking Taylor's on the screen. Why do you? I have a commercial. You're watching the game.
I'm behind you. I'm on YouTube TV. I'm a little behind you, probably.
You're behind.
God, I hate the Chiefs. Anyways, but yeah, collision last night. We saw Samoa Joe and Nick Wayne, your son-in-law.
My stepson.
Stepson, not
Not
son-in-law.
son-in-law.
Jesus, that's what I'm at. Man, I am bad with my words tonight. I've only had one beer. Stepson, yeah. Samoa Joe.
Another one.
I should. Samoa Joe looked good in his in-ring return. Like I said, Undisputed Kingdom beat 2.0 and Daniel Garcia. Good to see Cool Hand Ange back.
After his baby.
Yeah. Him and Ruby Soho. Harley Cameron, man. She did a little backstage segment with Big Boom AJ and Big Justice. Boom! And you were talking about Tony's.
When is this gonna fucking stop?
It's not gonna stop. Everybody's loving it. We're gonna see Big Boom AJ back in the ring. It's gonna be awesome.
Why do you like this? Why?
I think they're entertaining. They spread positivity and they're entertaining.
You know, you guys give me shit for hating on like Brian Cage and all these wrestlers, and then you like dumbasses like this.
I know I'm not the only one. I know there's some boomers in the comments. But where I was going with this, I knew this would get you fired up. So where I was going was, besides Toni Storm, I think Harley Cameron's doing the second best work of any female in AEW. I think she's very entertaining and has come a long way since she first started with the company.
Unfortunately,
she's going to get that TBS title shot. She will get that title shot at Grand Slam, I bet.
This is going to really pain me to say this, but Mercedes, the last 30 days has really caught on. Maybe 45 days.
Yeah.
She's right up there, man.
Yep. She is.
I can be really critical on her, but she keeps proving me wrong. She picked up another belt. She's got the Rev Pro belt now.
4 belts.
The New Japan belt, the Strong belt, the AEW belt. What's the 4th one?
She's got TBS, Strong,
Rev Pro.
Rev Pro, and she picked up another one against Mina. On top of the Rev Pro one. It was at Wrestle Dynasty.
I thought that belt was kind of anyways. Whatever.
Well, she had 4 on the last time we've seen her. So
yeah, but I thought one was kind of a gimmick belt. I'm gonna
look
that up. I'm gonna look it up. Hold on. You could be right.
Yep, and Yuki's wrestling Mercedes on Dynamite this week. She won the Fatal 4-Way, beating Serena Deeb, Queen Eminata, and Deonna Purrazzo. Yep.
Okay. TBS the Strong, the Rev Pro, and then Queen of. I can't see it in this picture. Queen of Southside. So I feel like it's a gimmick belt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you see this last night? It was announced that you know how Madison Bane's back with AEW now, and it's looking like a strong character. All of a sudden, they pop up that she's gonna have a match at Grand Slam against Camille. We haven't seen Camille in months.
That'd be Madison Bane though. She's got the build to fight.
Oh, it's gotta be fun, but like I'm just like that was very random. Like after wondering if Camille was written off TV completely.
She just had a match with
Megan Bane. Sorry, not Madison.
Megan.
My bad. Yeah. My bad.
She just had a match with.
They listened to Majin. Scary.
I think it was Atticus Cougar in GCW at the Hammerstein. So
Steven said, haven't seen Camille since Obama was president.
Oh, wow.
It's true, though. They wrote her off with that like backstage attack that we never technically found out who it was. And then nothing. Majin said he's got to get to see Megan Bang next month.
Yeah. Did you watch the?
Majin, you got. I saw highlights. But Majin, you gotta tell Shep. I know you told Paul and I last week. You gotta tell Shep what the name of your finishing move is.
Majin's finishing move.
Yeah, because he wrestles. He wrestles.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. It's actually a pretty cool name. It's a pretty cool name.
Okay.
I just can't remember. I can't remember off the top of my head.
I didn't know if you were setting me up for something here.
No, it's cool. He said her and Joey Janela are coming to do a local show. Good old Joey.
Nice.
Oh, but GCW has Effie now as the world champ. TNA has.
I don't know. Joe Hendry.
Right.
Joe Hendry.
Joe. I wanted to call him Jack. I am proud of it.
The start of that GCW show, man. Effie and Alley Catch. Alley Catch did a suicide dive and broke her leg. It was just
Psycho Sid herself.
It was unfortunate. Like
that took the wind out of the building.
It did. It was weird because she took the dive and it didn't look bad. And Effie caught her pretty good. And then all of a sudden you could just see the way her ankle buckled.
Yeah.
And she pulled him in and obviously told him, and he was, you do what you can do.
Mm-hmm.
And then they got her out of the building, obviously in an ambulance. And then they had like a 20-minute delay because the New York Commission would not let that show resume until there was another ambulance on scene. So it was a little bit odd, but show ended up being pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the Cardona mystery opponent was a letdown.
A little flat.
Yeah, I know him and that Invincible guy were talking shit all week, and I thought it was kind of funny. And then you had Microman come out and do his thing, and then all of a sudden Jimmy Lloyd turn on him.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I thought that could have been a little bit. I mean, freaking, he is the face of GCW right now.
Yep.
And you could have had a little bit better, but other than that, the show was pretty solid.
It's called The Poetic Justice. It's a pump handle slam lift transition into a cutter.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you better be pretty damn athletic, son of a buck.
Yeah. And he says, need more Harley Cameron on my screen. I'm loving how much we've had her. Yeah, she's entertaining. And she's got better in the ring. So, another thing on Collision, we saw Max Caster give his first backstage promo as a singles competitor since the Acclaimed is done now. He's starting to issue an open challenge. I got a guy I think that would be perfect to answer that open challenge. And it's a guy we've been waiting to debut in the company, where we've been wondering where he's at. Because he supposedly signed with AEW. Because his contract ran out with another company on the 1st, but we haven't seen him yet. Any guesses who I'm talking about? I think he's one of the best in-ring workers in the world.
In the world?
Yep. In my opinion. Steven's got it. Speedball, Mike Bailey.
Oh, okay. That's right. He's done with TNA.
Mm-hmm.
He's done with TNA.
According to Fightful, he signed with AEW. So, just wondering. I think that'd be a good way to introduce him. Max calls himself the best wrestler alive.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're going to introduce him, he's got to go over.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
And I don't see Max as a singles competitor right now. So
I'm fine with the Acclaim finally breaking up, though. I'm glad they did it. I think Bowens is the bigger star out of the two.
I think he's a better wrestler.
Yeah,
I really do.
Yeah,
I think Max is better on the mic just because of his his rapping abilities. But yeah, doesn't hurt my feelings at all.
No, and I still wouldn't mind Billy Gunn getting one more run with his sons eventually when Austin gets healthy and back. I don't know how they do that, but get him paired with his sons one more time before he calls it quits altogether in the ring.
They had some guys on they had the Rascals on Bustin' Open this week,
mm-hmm.
and they were talking about the TNA and W alignment, and Bully Ray says, if you could have a dream match, what would you want? And one of the Rascals said, I want the Guns on SmackDown.
I don't think their contract's up anytime soon.
I know, but I just thought it was odd that the Rascals decided
You sure he wasn't talking about Motor City Machine Guns?
He said the Guns, and I thought
I would say Motor City Machine Guns because they're on SmackDown.
Yeah, I don't know. It could have been, but when you say the Guns, I immediately think of those guys.
Oh, I do too, but I think in their context, with that context, I bet they were talking about Motor City Machine Guns.
No, way to ruin.
I'm sorry. That's what I do.
Thanks,
That's
Tanner.
what I do. Manja, speaking of people who are done with TNA, Jordan Grace finally starts in WWE at the Rumble. I think you're right. I think she definitely appears Sunday, and I think she appears or Saturday, and I think she appears under WWE contract.
Yeah.
How soon does Josh Alexander get snapped up since both companies want him? Probably pretty soon.
I think you see her in the Rumble. This will be her second Rumble. So, Bills just scored, did they?
Yep. Assuming they make the PAT, they'll tie it up. But, I mean, can't say he's got tons of time, but still. That was 4th and goal. So,
speaking of it, all right, let's go, Tanner.
Yep.
Real quick, I'll give you my show of the week. It was Dynamite.
Yep.
I did watch some highlights of Collision. I didn't watch
Collision was very good. It's just Dynamite was better.
Yep. And my rest of the week is Timeless Toni Storm.
All right. I'm going with I'm going to go with the team. I'm going with Hurt Syndicate. Why not?
Yeah. New tag champs.
Yep.
New tag champs.
Yep.
But I thought overall, especially Wednesday, was a great Dynamite.
Mm-hmm.
And then watching the highlights, listening to everything, Collision was really good.
Yeah.
So good week for AEW. Really
I thought it was
week.
too.
The
haters can laugh all they want, but
yeah, no.
Omega. I was thinking Omega, guys. I was thinking Omega. But.
I'm gonna get down here because I'm scared of heights.
No, Shep took Timeless Toni Storm stuffy, so I didn't want to agree with them. So
yeah, I did. I mean, I've been
well, you have
hook, line, and
waving
sinker.
that flag. You've been waving that.
Dude,
flag.
I've been waving that flag. If Juice Robinson ever gets hit in a car crash or something, I'm gonna slide right on in there. Not that I want Juice to get I don't want to get a car crash or airplane wreck or poisoned. But anyway, I mean, Mama Wayne could help me with it. I'm sure.
Yeah,
she's good at that crazy shit.
Oh, I could see it. I could see it.
She is. She's nuts.
You need to ask her when Christian's going to finally cash his contract in.
We don't talk a lot about that because
we forget about it.
No, I'm talking me and Mama Wayne.
You guys got others.
Yeah.
We're
kind of preoccupied.
Steven's saying haters ring gear looks like the same color my couch in the 70s.
He's right. I couldn't agree more.
That's a great comment.
She comes out wrapped in cellophane. It might work.
Shep, we lasted about an hour before Bajan even made a comment. We were texting the other day. We wondered when it was going to come. It's so much like I'll be sliding this Freya's DMs now.
Oh, God. Hey, never mind.
Power to you, Bajan. Good luck.
Good luck. Have you watched her?
Just stop.
Never mind. All right. Let's talk. We're done. I gave my wrestler of the week. Yep. I gave my show of the week. Next Saturday, Tanner Lee, Indianapolis, Indiana. You're going.
Yeah.
I'm a big old wimp. I cannot pull the
tickets,
trigger.
I paid more than I wanted to, but I had to do it. I had to do it.
If I'm going to do it, I'll wait till 26 or 27 when WrestleMania comes, maybe.
Yeah, 27 or 28 sounds like.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Hopefully I'm still alive. So Royal Rumble, Indianapolis, Indiana. I'm going to ask you first.
Mm-hmm.
Women's Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
Who's your winner and who's your surprise entrant?
Well, my winner, they've already blew the surprise. I think Charlotte Flair wins. As boring as that is.
Because they gave her that big of a I want to call it a promo, more of a vignette.
Even before they started doing that, I thought this would be where she returns. And I just think they're going to want to remind everybody how damn good she is.
Well,
and push her right in the title picture with either Rhea or Jesus. Help me out. Who's the other women's champ? Tiffany Stratton.
TV time.
I was like blonde. Yeah. So I think she wins surprise entrance. I don't know, like, or a dark horse winner. Here, I'll throw out a dark horse winner, and I'm gonna kind of be more general. Dark horse winner is one of the ladies in NXT to be the first ever NXT talent to win the Rumble. So I think that's gonna happen sometime.
Okay.
And this would be an interesting year. But surprise entrant, it wouldn't shock me if Becky returns, but that's not my surprise entrance. I'm trying to think of somebody else here. Gail Kim.
Damn it, you son of a bitch! You son of a bitch! God damn it. Oh, 100% Gail Kim is a surprise entrant.
How about Steven Chambers saying AJ Lee as a surprise entrant?
You know, I've read a bunch of stuff on AJ Lee, and I don't see it. CM Punk talks about how she's got other shit going on, and you know, the last thing in her mind is professional wrestling, which hey, good for her. Yeah, I think Charlotte Flair wins. I think we also get a returning Becky. We will get a Jordan Grace in the Rumble.
Oh yeah, I think she's not only there; she has a strong showing.
Yep, she has a strong showing, and yes, I can't take Gail Kim now, so I'm going to take the current producer of OVW, married to the Is he SmackDown GM?
Yep, you got
it. What's her name?
Mickey James.
She's a singer, right? She
has Mickey James.
Real country. Mickey James.
Yep.
I don't know if she comes back for that or not. I really think she is. I'm looking at the comments about this Brie mode stuff. There's a better chance of Nikki showing up than Brie.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
She was at the Netflix premiere. Brie and Brian's still with AEW. I don't see that happening. Steven's saying Alundra Blaze. That'd be an interesting pop.
She showed up on Saturday Night Main Event with the original WWF Women's title, the one that she threw in the garbage on WCW. I saw she was there, but I mean, I don't want to be rude, Tanner. She might be a little old.
Yeah.
She might be a little old. I'm just saying.
I could get on board with, the legends of like Trish Stratus or Lita. I can always get on board with them.
Sure.
Mod said, you know what? Tessa Racist will be in the Rumble. I hope not. I think she'll get booed out of the building.
Now, hold on. Let's go back to this Tessa thing.
Oh boy.
What wasn't the girl that she offended made the comments? Didn't the girl come out and say Tessa didn't say that stuff? Like, didn't they clear Tessa's name?
Well, that might have been. She's had a lot of backstage issues. I know the last time she was in TNA, there was issues with supposedly the treatment of a few other talent.
I'm not saying she's a great person, but like when it comes to the racist part, and I know the racist comments or the racist cheers came out with her and Jordan, and then they're making it. But like when they brought her back into TNA and she was doing work in CMLL before, I'm pretty sure that I thought they cleared her of the actual racist comments. Not saying she's a great person, and treated everybody well, but the actual racist stuff, I thought they cleared her of.
Yeah, I think like Steffi says, yeah, but we don't care. Vod says, you know how bad you gotta be to get she's a racist chant in Texas.
Hey, fair enough. Touche.
And like Steven said, yeah, it's not a good look for TNA with fans chanting that. I mean, it's yeah.
in the middle,
in
the middle of the biggest match, the biggest women's match they had.
Yep. And they've had problems on the men's side with like Moose with some domestic violence stuff in the past. So, I mean, they keep him around. So, I don't know. But going back to the Rumble, do you see Cody successfully defending his championship? It'll be 300 days come Saturday of his reign. Or do you think they pull the trigger and KO takes it off of him?
If we were doing a prediction show on this, I would bet KO, and I'd put a 1 or 2 points on KO, because if you're gonna pull the belt off of Cody going into Mania, because there's 2 championships, right?
Yep.
If you're gonna pull the belt off of Cody going into Mania to set up something, this would be the time to take it off of him. Not saying it'll happen, but I think it could work in their storylines.
Yeah.
So,
and I'm a big Cody fan. Everybody that's been listening to this and watching our podcast for a while knows that. But it wouldn't break my heart if they had him lose to KO, because KO's doing that good of work.
KO's doing a good job, and I think it'd be a way to set up John Cena and KO.
Interesting. Interesting. So you just gave away your Rumble winner.
Oh, did I say that? Did I say that out loud?
Yeah.
I think that is your Rumble winner.
It makes a lot of sense, and I've said that for a long time. Even though and if that's the case, is it weird? I want to see Cena lose at WrestleMania. Like his character's got to get knocked down a little bit to build himself back up to get number 17. I think that'd make a better story.
So you're saying you'd rather have him win number 17 at SummerSlam
or later on this year? Yeah,
or Survivor Series than WrestleMania?
Yeah, it's just pretty quick in his retirement tour.
Yeah, I don't know. You know it's coming to the end, so I would like to see if he does it, win it at Mania, defend it at SummerSlam, lose it at Survivor Series.
Yeah.
So I can see that as well.
I think Cena will be one of the last 4 standing. I've narrowed it down. He's one of my 3 choices I've kind of narrowed down in my head. I think could win. The other 2 being Roman Reigns and CM Punk. And I truly think CM Punk's going to win it.
Do you think The Rock enters the Rumble?
Before the Netflix stuff, I was going to say yes, but and I know he was in corporate Rock. He wasn't in Final Boss, but I'm going to say no, we do not see The Rock on Saturday. And if he's going to be involved in Mania, he's got to show up Saturday. If he doesn't show up Saturday, I don't think he's in Mania plans this year.
Oh, he's got to be in Mania plans. He'll be there. I think The Rock will be in Indianapolis Saturday.
Okay.
At some capacity.
Yeah. I think they've already tied a knot on the Cody stuff, so I don't think he comes out and costs Cody a title or anything. Yeah. If he does anything, it's probably something with Roman. But why I'm going with Punk is you got that promise with Heyman. Something's there.
Well, correct. Heyman owes him a favor.
Yeah.
So him getting in the Rumble doesn't really, whether he wins or loses. If he loses it, I can see him going to Heyman and saying, "You owe me one. Like right. you're gonna owe me this."
Right.
But my surprise entrance, of the Rumble, Joe Hendry.
Oh, I think that's guaranteed. I think it's a guarantee, and I can't wait. I'll be seeing it on.
He won the TNA championship a week ago.
Yep.
Now, 2 complete dark horses. Okay, 2 complete dark horses. No, it's not bad. You know what?
That's me saying surprise entrance. That's a surprise.
In the 2 guys I got, probably Bad Bunny has a better chance of going in the Rumble than the 2 guys I say. The 2 guys I say, first is Always Ready, Matt Cardona.
Well, there you took mine. Thanks.
Okay.
For my return.
But what about with the new agreement?
Yeah.
The Wanted Man, Nick Nemeth.
Yeah.
Not as Dolph Ziggler. I don't know if he's been gone long enough where WWE would recognize that. But he's done really, really good work outside. And obviously Cardona has. Cardona has made himself. I saw Cardona and Chelsea are building a fucking mansion in Florida.
Yeah, he's building a new toy room.
Yeah, a new toy room. It's a monster.
Yeah, it is good for them.
Yeah. I don't know.
I got two guys to throw out there with a new agreement.
Okay. Go for it.
The Hardys.
Ah, fuck. In the Rumble?
Yeah. Individually. At least Jeff. That pop. We've seen it plenty of times.
I haven't followed enough. What's our tag team
titles
going into Rumble?
You got the War Raiders on Monday Night Raw, and Friday night SmackDown. You got DIY, Gargano, and Ciampa, but they're defending at the Rumble against Motor City Machine Guns in a 2 out of 3 falls match. Which is kind of interesting. Placement on the card.
Okay. War Raiders aren't doing anything?
No. I think they'll add one more match because right now you got both Rumbles, you got the tag title match, and Cody's match.
Okay.
So you got 4 total matches. They like to have 5 usually on their PLEs. So.
All right. I don't know. It can work.
Steven Chambers saying Rhino, RVD. Yeah. The thing is, they don't want to take up too many spots for, since they do have NXT guys they can bring up and everything. You only got 30 spots. So.
Yeah. I think RVD and Rhino have kind of, set their sail.
So I don't know. Like, I'm good with a couple surprises and a couple of legends, but I don't want it to be flooded because honestly, on paper, this men's Royal Rumble already is looking like maybe the most stacked one ever. With the names that are in it, it's crazy.
Hey, actually, with new WWE ID, where they're going into these independent programs, and I would love this, and I would jump out of my seat for this. Effie.
Mm-hmm.
The new GCW championship, which, Stephanie McMahon has recognized Brett Lauderdale a couple different times on social media and shows that they have a relationship. I mean, if you had Effie come down with 60,000 people, what a jolt in the ass.
Think enough people would recognize him?
Hold on. What a jolt in the ass. No pun intended.
Oh, he dropped it.
What he dropped? What are you?
I'm sorry, it was 4th and 5. And that would have been field goal range. That was a heave by Josh Allen. It shouldn't even got back there. Son of a bitch. They're going to do it again. Chiefs are going to win again.
Well, that was 4th down, huh?
Yeah. They got 3 timeouts, but it's under 2 minutes.
Oh. Anyway, what a bargain that would be for GCW to have their world champion to come through the Rumble.
Yeah. It's going to be fun. Steven said 2026 Royal Rumble going to be 2 nights in Saudi. I knew it was going to Saudi. I did not know about the 2 nights thing.
I didn't know the 2 nights. I knew it was going to Saudi, but
and here's the comment. I made this last week, but you weren't here, Shep. The 2-night thing for me, I understand Mania being 2 nights. That's probably never going back to 1 night ever again.
Right.
I think Rumble makes sense. You can have 1 night be the women's, 1 night be the men's. I think that makes total sense. But I don't like them going in the direction of 2 nights for all their big ones. I don't think SummerSlam needs 2 nights, even though they're doing that starting year year, next year. Then that means Survivor Series is probably going to be 2 nights. Then Money in the Bank is probably going to be 2 nights. It's they're going to sell themselves dry eventually because we know in the wrestling world, it's a roller coaster, right? You get hot, you get cold. They're as hot can be right now. But eventually their products get dip a little bit. Then can they sell out 2 nights in a row?
I agree. And
they're going to price themselves out too.
It makes sense. It makes sense to have the Rumble 2 nights. Like you said, you get the women main event one night in the men's.
Yeah,
SummerSlam and Survivor Series to me is not a 2-night event.
I agree.
So, but they do it because if they can stretch out 2-night event and make that much more money, why wouldn't they? Right.
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 So. Yep. But overall, thought it was a good week for AEW. And like I said, this is if you're a wrestling fan by any means, you probably enjoy watching the Royal Rumble. Even if you don't really care for WWE, you probably like the Royal Rumble. It's a fun event. It's unique. Yeah, it should be a fun week.
Yeah, it was a great week of AEW wrestling. Obviously a good week for WWE, and then you had last week you had GCW with the Hammerstein Ballroom,
TNA,
TNA. We didn't even talk about this. How about Tom Pescott, or Baron Corbin?
Yeah,
making his independent wrestling debut with Josh Barnett in a Bloodsport match. I thought he looked very respectable in that match. Barnett went over, but he made a comment like, these GCW fans are nuts. I love them.
Yeah. Well, and I thought it was a perfect spot to debut him at because he's been doing some actual
grappling,
taekwondo type tournaments and things. Jiu-jitsu. Thank you. So, and my wife actually works with a guy whose family is friends with him. And this comes to no surprise, but right when he got released, he told my wife that that Tom or Baron wanted to go to AEW, which my wife came home and told me that. I'm like, that's not a surprise. I mean, why wouldn't he want to go to AEW and got released? But I know he was backstage at World's End, so never know. I don't know really where he'd fit in right now. But
yeah, it's
roster's pretty full.
Roster's pretty full. It is. And I don't know if you and Paul covered this last week. What did you guys think of Penta's debut on?
Yeah, we didn't really talk about it much. I thought it was good. I mean, the dude's loaded with charisma. They're pushing him. I think it's smart to get him out there as a singles before Ray finally goes there, because he can go more as a singles than Ray. Even though Ray can go. I mean, don't get me wrong, but Penta, and here's what I bitch about all the time. I've done it on the podcast many times, and I'll probably won't be my last time tonight. I still can't believe AEW missed out on the chance to sell his replica masks. That was leaving money on the table. That's one of the first things WWE did, start selling his replica masks, because kids are going to eat those up. And he's got a cool look. He's got to move merch. And if WWE's smart, if they use him correctly, they're going to get a lot more lucha talent going into those doors. So they've never really pushed a lucha outside of Rey Mysterio and, I mean, if you want to call him a lucha, Eddie Guerrero. But like Sin Cara, they tried to give him a rocket. It fizzled out. But they got a chance here to do something. And
Sin Cara was his own worst enemy. But
yep. So, I thought it was a good debut.
I thought it was a great debut. I love how Triple H took to social media to show the rehearsal of his entrance and everything like that. I thought it was really, really good.
Now, as an old school fan, do you think that type of thing's peeling back the curtain too much? Because we're getting more and more of that.
If you would have asked me 10 years ago, I would have said yes. But with all the shit we have now that peels the curtain back, the documentaries, the 365s on the network, all the stuff we've had, the Vince McMahons, the Dark Side of the Rings, all that shit that we watch and we love. Now I'm just like, that's normal.
Yeah.
10 years ago, I'm like, oh man, that's a little cutthroat, it's a little cutthroat. Triple H showing how he, rehearsed this entrance of Penta. So I like it. It is what it is. I thought it was a really, really good entrance for him. I love that they gave him the credit of saying he was a one-time TNA world champion. So I love that they recognized that.
I didn't realize he was only champ for 2 days in TNA.
Yeah, I thought it was longer now. I thought it was like 3 or 4.
And
But
Austin Aries take it off of him. He beat Austin, and Austin. What a joke that guy is.
Yeah.
Stupid first name, too.
Hey. I'm taller than that motherfucker.
Yeah. Better human being, too.
I try to be. I don't think it's hard to be a better human being.
He's a piece of crap. That guy.
Yeah, but that's all right.
Yep. Yes. Ooh. Yes. Steffi. Ooh. Austin Aries. Yeah. I don't think we've ever talked about him on this podcast before, besides like in a quiz, But
the only guy in the world to make Brian Cage look good. That was
Wolverine.
Sorry, Brian. You know what? Hopefully, Brian, one of these days, you and I can have a beer together. So
yeah.
I'm still gonna tell you suck, but
but you're gonna have fun doing it.
We're gonna have fun doing it. We'll have a great combo.
Well, Shep, you got anything else you want to discuss around the wrestling world?
No,
I think we've covered a lot.
I think that's it. Obviously, we're gonna have the Kansas City Chiefs versus
and the Eagles rematch 2 years ago.
Eagles in the fucking Super Bowl.
Fly, Eagles, fly! Come on.
All right, Saquon Barkley, baby.
Yep.
Only reason I'm rooting for the fucking Eagles, but yeah, we're gonna have that. Unfortunately, our Big Ten basketball teams aren't the greatest, Tanner. Not gonna lie.
What? Mine's fine. Mine's just fine.
Yeah.
Mine's ranked 11th in the country.
You're struggling a little bit. I get it.
All right, we had a bad loss Tuesday. How we choked it away against Ohio State. We turned around and just thrashed Michigan Friday night. Just killed them.
Dude, Ohio State sucks at basketball. Anyways.
I know, but
I know. Anyways, it's the Big Ten. It's basketball. You're gonna have those. You're gonna have those losses.
Fine where my team is at.
We're still gonna get 6 teams, 7 teams in the tournament, right?
Yep, at least maybe up to 10.
Yeah,
it's 18-team conference now. So
that's true.
Yeah.
Other than that, yeah. No, I had a. I don't know if you're into this, but I'm pretty sure I'm locked in Tuesday at 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I have entered the Barstool Classic Golf Tournament at the Brickyard this year.
Oh, cool.
So they have never come to Indiana before. They're coming to the Brickyard this year. Mm-hmm. And I've got everything set up to where I got this old 50-some-year-old fucking hack who's my partner. And we're gonna give the old Barstool Classic a run.
Oh, nice. That'll be a good time.
Hopefully, if it pans out the way I want it to pan out, we'll get a little love on Barstool TV and a little love on Foreplay, their social media. So if that's the case, maybe I'll. I don't normally wear a hat when I play golf, but if I win, maybe I'll throw a little AEW hat on or a little KOP hat on.
Yeah, we might have to get a new KOP hat and put it on you.
Yeah. I might wear a hat. I might wear a hat that day.
Yeah.
So
well, that's cool, man. That's cool. Good plug there.
Yeah. We're gonna get that done.
And you can follow Shep on the X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, and Instagram at the Shep27. You can follow me at TannerLee92. Of course, follow the Kicking Out podcast at Kicking Out Pod. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell if you haven't already. Subscribe, follow, or make sure you're subscribed or follow on your favorite podcast platform. If that's Apple Podcasts or Spotify, please give us that 5-star rating and review. That really helps us out, helps us differentiate ourselves between the other podcasts out there who cover AEW. And if you want to buy some merch, support our podcast, look great doing so. KickingOutShop.com has all your needs. We got mugs, we got cutoffs, we got t-shirts, we got hoodies, we got all that stuff. And also you can check us out on Pro Wrestling Tees. You can type in Kicking Out Podcast on there, and we got some tees on there as well. Some of our original ones you can't get anywhere else. And with that said, I'm Tanner Lee. He's the KOP Predictions Champion. Austin Shepard, aka the Shep. Hopefully, Paul's joining us next week so we can finally be a 3-man crew for the first time in 2025. But we'll see. Have a great week, everybody. Stay safe out there.